to do is make sure you can see your students. Now, whenever it comes a time to you cannot see all of your students, always check the filters. Take off the filters. The only one you want up is your home school, and it'll say whatever your school name is there, okay? So just from here, once it gets finished thinking about what it wants to do, you want to establish your user groups. So you can either click on user groups here, or students manage user group will do the same thing. So I have my groups here by the different periods. How you do this, you just click add new group here. Type in the name. I usually don't do a description. So once you have your user groups, go back to your students, manage students, students, manage students. Okay, and here you will just select the students that you want, that's in your first period or whatnot, and put add to groups. Click down which group you want them in, and always never forget to click the plus sign. Okay, so those students will be in your group. So I can go to user group again, click on first period, 8th grade math, and voila, they're there. Okay, so just say that you've made your first group and you put in all the rest of the groups, and you want to put a class to the group, a course to the group, not a class. You want to put a course to the group. So you select all the students, enroll in course, and find your course that you want to enroll them in. Okay, you can apply filters up here to shorten the process. That's always good because it's a bunch of courses here. Let's just say you wanted to personalize a course. So you would need to do that before you enroll the students. So let's go to course, manage course, and we're gonna say that it is a math class. It's a math class. I'm just gonna click on one, guys. And if you want to personalize it, you will have to click on that course, go to customize, create a new course based on this course, or you can modify within. But I would say if you just want this for your students, let's go ahead and create a new one. Okay, and here you would rename it. You can rename the course here. So course name, I'm gonna put practice. Practice, concept, probability. I'll leave all that stuff on there. And I will have, you must click save to save it there, okay? And then here, guys, is when the customization come into play. Look here, it's so awesome. You can move these courses around. Just say I want to teach probability first. I can move that one up. Just say I wasn't gonna teach data analysis. You would click here on the check and take the whole thing off. Now, you'll have to speak with your principal on, hey, the things that you can take out. Let's go here, filter activity types. You can take out warm-ups if you just notice, hey, that's a waste of time. You can take them out. But a lot like the performance tasks, sometimes that's a bit more advanced. You can take those out. If you just wanted to do quiz and tests, you can take those out. These exams, like test review, if you want to take that out. Exam review, if you want to take this exam out, you can take that out, because that's a cumulative exam. It will be like so many different concepts in there, to where I think you should review with your students on something like that. So if you're not going to be able to review with them, I say I would take it out. Okay. And then you can activity. Those are the activity types. Yeah, that's a good one. So again, I told you about you can move them around or take them out. Okay. So publish course here. You would do that here. So if I wanted to publish this one, this is where I would do that. One more thing I want to add, you can add a unit here. So just say if you want to add, let's see, integers. Okay, you see it added integers there, fractions. You see added fractions there. You can add whatever concept you would like. Over here, you can add a lesson. So just say if this was on a certain grade level, like 7th grade level here, if you wanted to add some 6th grade lessons to it, that would be there prior, just to get them up to date or whatever, you can add a lesson right here from a previous course. Okay, so then your next step would be to publish. I'm not going to publish this one because I don't want to keep it, but I am going to show you where it will take you once you publish the course. So are you sure you want to cancel? Discard changes, because I don't want this one. Okay, so let me show you where it will take you to after you publish the edit course option. So you will be here, right? So we only kept the quiz, test, and assignments. So those will be the only things that will be graded. So you will have to make sure that this equals 100. Okay, you will only have assignment, test, and quiz. Make sure it equals 100. So you will have to set the weight accordingly. Now, one thing that I do change with the virtual students, because this will hold them up. The passing threshold here, I put 0. Because if you don't, if they make less than this 70, it's going to stop them and they can't go any farther. And when will you be able to get to them to release it? So I removed that. I removed these as well. This will stop them as well, because if they exit out of the test and try to go back in, the ones that they have already seen, it will lock them up, lock all of them. So I released that because I don't want it to hold them up. Here, teacher review, test, and exam. This means once they get to a test, like a full test, not the quiz, it's going to prompt the teacher, hey, you need to release the student to move on. Sometimes I'll leave that, it just depends. Allow user to move freely in the course. Nope, we don't do that. Leave it on blue. Do not make it blue. Do not put the checkbox in it, because the students will skip through the assignments. They'll skip the quiz. They'll skip the test and just do assignments. And then you have to get them to go back and do it. And it's a whole big mess. You want them to see the guided notes. The guided notes are very helpful. We'll go through that later. Pre-tests are mostly on the ILP courses. So for the ILP, if you're doing it for an enrichment class, yes, leave the pretest on there, because if they pass it, they can skip that section because they didn't have trouble in that section. They can skip it and go on to the next assignment. What students can view, this is up to you. Questions and the students' answer, or the questions and the correct answers. Here is very important. You want to put the dates because this establishes their schedule for them to see if they're on target or if they need to catch up. Okay, I think we went through everything on that. And then you submit. Submit all, okay? Here we go. And when you submit, I would normally do, if this is my course that's going to all of my 8th graders or 7th graders, I will update this course and all students currently assigned to it. Now, if you just want a certain group of students to receive the update, you can select which group you want to receive the update. So just say like you teach 8th grade and someone else teach 8th grade math, and they don't want their students' options to change. So you would just go through and click your students only, the groups for your students, so that it won't change it for the other teacher. Okay? Exit out of that. Back to course. Okay. Something else I found very, very, very helpful in looking at their grades, the grade book. Math, and I'm just going to say my 8th graders since I know they have already started. And I can select what group I want to look at here. So this will show you whichever, like that we started out in this lesson here and this unit, and then this was the first lesson. So it shows what they made on each activity. So this is a good spot where you can go through, and if you see that they fail, you can reset it here, reset activity, and just send them a message and let them know, hey, I reset the activity for congruency. You can, if your student did some extra work, like they showed notes and you had notes to where you can go and see exactly, you know, where they went wrong, you can give them some points here. So you can change the grade here, put the new score, and put the reason why. The student did some remediational work, the students took notes for corrections, and so on. Okay, if you just want to look at quiz, what they made on their quiz, you can click on quiz here, and it'll show you exactly just how your students are doing and what they made on the quiz. And you can see, okay, I need to give him a retake. Retake here. How I do my students in class, if I see that and they have to show their notes from 1 to 10 on what they did on the quiz, and I can go look at that quiz and see exactly what the area they had trouble in, we assist and then retake. Okay. Or if you just want to look at the activities here or just the scores here. You can change your units here and your lessons here. Okay. Course. Dashboard. Dashboard is another way to look at the grades as well. Dashboard will give you their grade, the last time they have been on, see last day of action, and their progression. How are they progressing? And you can also see the grades here for the unit, the topic, and the lesson. That's under your, how you're looking at it. So you can look at it via the progress. The progress will just show you how they're progressing. And then you can look at it according to the course and see the grades just like within the grade book. But you won't see like the title of each one. You have to click on it. And here you see they didn't pass. You can review and look and see what they were doing. You can set a retake here. You can look at the score, change the score here. You can email them from here as well. So once you set a retake, you can go ahead and email them at the same time. So this is under the reports and dashboard. Also on the report is something very, very, very useful. You can run a report on a group of students just to see, hey, any students who have taken the quiz, let's say 2 times, and has 2 attempts score under a 60. Subject math and the course, the 8th grade, it gives you the standards here. And it's for all students, and you can run a report on this. So it will show you here the struggling in the constructing triangles. We got 45%. 9 out of 20 struggled. The average quiz score was a 52. The average attempts was 1.5. And the average lesson time was 2 hours. So this gives you a lot of info to letting you know, hey, is this something I need to go back and reteach on? Do I need to go back and expand some things? Do I need to send some videos out on this lesson? Okay. Attendance log. This is helpful as well. So I want to go back to last week. Let's do the week of the 14th. This gives you what the student has done. So it's idle time mean, hey, they are either just sitting there or they're looking at something else. Either way, it's not good, idle time. So it looks as though this student was very productive. They didn't have much idle time. It shows you how many activities that they completed. So this is something that the parents can see as well if they get on the parent portal. They have to do the parent portal. Okay, here we go. Keep going. Let's go to course and course structure here. And let's see. Let me find my math course. Let's keep going, 2020. Okay, I'll go here. Okay, so these guided notes. These guided notes are very helpful. I love for my students to take notes because it allows me to see what they're doing. And then it allows them to create the thinking process. So these are guided notes, and they are located on the student course as well. And I'll show you what it looks like on theirs. So guided notes are here. Again, we went under course structure, and find your course, guided notes here, and constructing triangles here. So this is what the students will see right here. Okay, we'll come back to that. Where are the answers to this? When you click on the name of it, it have guided notes and teacher version. So teacher version is here. And I would print this off. I would go to File, Print, More Settings. How many pages is it? I think it's 8. So I would go ahead and print all these on one sheet of paper. So when I grade it, I can just look at this one sheet of paper and grade their work. It's easy to see. It's not just all bunched up there. So you still can see it, okay? So now from this point here, we would need to go back to the guided notes. And we want this to be a Kami activity, open in Kami. So I'll show you the process even more. But before you can do that, make sure you do the Kami extension on your computer, and the students have to do Kami extension as well. So open in Kami. Okay. So we can make a new copy here. So now this is going to allow them, they're going to click text box. When they first start their warm up, the lesson question, that's the first thing they see in that warm up. So they're going to type the question here. They're going to type that in. So then they can go through, save to drive. You can dismiss that. And then they're going to go through and continue on. But how do they get this? So let's go through on how the students get this here. So now this is in your it should be in your drive. Let's see if that pop up again. Okay, so now this should be in your upload to Google, upload it, waiting. There we go. It's in your Google Drive. So in your Google Classroom, you can go to classwork, create. You want to create a Kami assignment. Create a Kami assignment, okay? And whatever the name of it was, constructing triangles. Fill in the blanks using Kami, okay? You can send the instructions, just tell them how to work Kami, how to do Kami. You want to attach it here, and let's attach from Google. There it is. Okay, you want to make sure you make a copy for each student. You can do them sharing one. That's a group project or something, but make sure it's make a copy for each student, and then click assign. Okay, click assign. Oh, you can also put up here, hey, if you have more than one 7th grade class, you can click here and tell it to assign to all of them if you like, or which specific ones you want it to. Here, you can do individual students, like if it's just a certain assignment, like just say if they were absent and you just want those students to do this certain assignment, you click their name. And you can do it if you wanted to publish or a draft, if you want to hold it out. If you want a due date, you can put that on there. Schedule a time for it to be submitted. Just say you are doing your lesson for the week and you don't want the kids to see this right now. Put what day you want it to go onto the Google Classroom. And then you click assign. Okay, I always have my students to look at Google Classroom from classwork. So here it is right here. You see that it gave them the instructions on how, just say they've never done Kami. You may want to go over with them about Kami and how it works, how you make text boxes, how you change the color and all that good stuff. And then here is the actual assignment. Okay, so I'm going to let you look at it from my students who have already completed it, and I have already graded theirs. Triangles, that should be in triangles. Here, see, I have 6 graded, 4 assigned. So let's look at those that have been graded here. So what I went through and checked them. I had my paper in my hand grading them, and I just basically put a line through it or over it if they got it wrong. See, like he got this one wrong. I just put a line through it. It's a little squiggly line, but it's a line of, okay. So I graded that, and he made an 80 out of 100. You could put a comment here. Please correct and resubmit. Please correct and resubmit. And post. So once you finish grading them, you hit return here, and it will send it back to them. They will get a message saying, hey, you have a assignment graded or posted or something like that. Let's go to a student who I have not graded yet. Okay, so this is Janai, and she just haven't quite finished yet because she left sick. But if I were to grade hers, you see there's nothing here. I would put in the grade here, put a message, return here. Okay. Let's see that I forget anything. No, those are just some different features that you guys can talk about when you're talking about Kami. Up here for the student, when the student see this, it will be a turn in button up here to where they turn in the assignment. That's how they make sure they press that turn in button to turn it in. I'm trying to think what else. Let's go back to Edgenuity. Let me hide this thing so I can see. Okay. So we're back to Edgenuity. What have I not gone over? When the students, okay, here we go. When the students have the Kami assignment up, they're gonna have to multitask. So just say we have the warm up here.
You already know how to work with angle measurements in the interior and exterior of a triangle. Now let's.
Okay, so remember the notes that we had, our notes here. I'll just use this one. I tell my students to put it in a separate tab so that they are able to go back and forth between the two. Not that, not photos, not photos. Okay. So Come on. So as this video, that's the first answer. They can just go Alt Tab on the Chromebooks. They can Alt Tab and it'll flip back to their notes. And that was the first answer there. Okay, hotkeys, but that's not what I wanted. I want my text box. Okay, this has done something. X out of that. Okay, so they're here. So they can pull this down just to let it be in a tab by itself to be able to multitask between the two. So here, how can you determine whether a given measurement? So they can go back to their notes and type the answer in here. They have to be on text box though, and type the answer. And see, this will cause them to listen because they know, hey, it's something else I need to add to these notes. So I need to listen and pay attention and make sure I add this to the notes. So they can proceed.
Let's try to answer the question, how can you determine whether given measures will... In our exploration,
don't that look familiar,
we're going
guys?
to use...
Look at your notes. Those same 3 colored boxes are here. So then they have to go in and fill in here. Oh, that's a good one. Words to know. The next section is words to know.
So what do you want to be when you grow up? Have you ever thought being maybe an architect? Take a look at... So what do you want to be when you grow up? Have you ever thought being maybe an architect? Take a look at this image. An architect designed it. Can you see that there are triangles involved in its design? Well, if I don't know what measurements...
Okay, so this is going to get to the terms to know, but they don't give them the definitions for them. So let's go through that part. Student, course, manage courses. Go to students, manage students. Let's add the course. Select my account right here. This is your account. So when you log in as a student, you can see what the students see. Okay, so let's add this course. I want my subjects of math, grade levels, 6th, 7th, and 8th, but let's check my series. I know there are 3,000 series. And I want to add these courses to mine. When I find it. Okay, are we getting there? No, not yet. There we go. If you notice for hours, we tried to name them all the same so we can know exactly which ones they were and we wouldn't have to fiddle through all of that. So ours are 2020, mathematics 6, and all of them have JPP at the end. So I'm going to add those selected courses to myself. Okay. So let me log out here. And go to log in, and I want to log in like a student. Okay. So here, August 17th, it shows them, hey, just what they're doing. But let me show you how to get to the guided notes. Okay, so you have to click on it on the right side tab and that plus sign pop up. Click on that plus sign and guided notes are here. This is if you have not added it to your Google Classroom. They still have it. So they can actually open it up here. If you don't want to go through putting it on Google Classroom, you don't have to. Get them to open up here, open up as a Kami. They make the changes and they email it to you. Just say if you got a lot of students with different courses and you just don't have time to put all these things in Kami. You don't have to. They can email you their assignments, okay? And in your email, you can have a tab just for their work. Put a tab on there just for their work and deposit it there until you can get to it. Okay, so let me go back, Edgenuity here. So that's how you get to those guided notes from there. Warm up, instruction. Okay, so where are these vocabulary words at? These words that need to know.
A triangle is a basic geometric shape with 3 angles and 3 sides. They come in all shapes and sizes.
You got your e-notes here where they can take notes. If you don't want them to take it on paper, they can take notes here. And you got your glossary. Here are the words. And guess what? Watch this. Acute triangle. Acute triangle. What's that first word? Acute triangle. And they're in the same order there. Just say, I don't want to listen today. I'll read it. Reading helps me a little bit better. Everything's right here, what's being said. They can read it as well. Okay. So this is how you can see exactly what the students see. If you want to project this on the board and allow the students to watch this and let their video just play, just to ensure they stay on the same page and some not get distracted and stop and some not go too fast, you can do this. If you want to teach your students how to take notes, you can do this. Hey, this is a good point. Write this down. Stop the video and allow them to write it down. Okay, so you can use this when you add it to your account. You can use this to see what the students see. Okay. So I'm going to log back in as a teacher. Okay. Okay, see, this is a student one review waiting to be complete. So this student must be at a, unit test. So this student has done all of these assignments and now she needs her unit test to be open. Just click on it and open it. I don't want to do it because she's not my student. She just was a previous student of mine. That's why it come up on my log. Okay, so I think I have gone over everything. Oh, email. You can email one student or you can email a group of students. If you want to email all of your virtual students, see, virtual 7th grade. Type in the email and it's going to all those students. So that's an easy way to email everybody if you have something to tell everybody. If you just want to email one student, put their name there. Click, and it's going to that one student. Make sure you take that first one out though. Okay. All righty. If y'all have anything else for Miss Farrell, have any other questions, just let me know and I will do the best I can to assist you.